Hi guys, welcome to my channel Enticing Arisha, and today we are going to cover the topic of secrets of satisfaction. So what are the things that you need to do in your daily life to reach the utmost satisfaction stage? Okay, so if you like my video, please share, comment, subscribe and press the bell icon so that you keep getting further notifications. Okay, I have got a few requests from people who are saying asking me to start my channel in Hindi as well. So most likely, I'm not sure, but next week onwards I will be posting my messages on Hindi language as well, so that I can reach out to as much as people and be of help at least to some of them who are listening to this. And I've got a request to cover up a topic on maturity, anxieties and depressions. So next week I would be covering my topics on these areas. Okay, so coming to the topic of feeling of satisfaction. Feeling of satisfaction can be different for different people. And I got a comment saying it's easy to preach rather than follow. So I thought, trust me guys, I'm sharing purely most of my own experiences and mostly about what I have personally learned from life. Life has not been easy, it's been tough, but it's been challenging and it's been a beautiful journey, because I'm a kind of a person who likes to take risks, who likes to take challenges, who likes to face life strongly. Okay, so today I'll see if I'm able to relate to my own life experiences and you see if this can be of value to you. So starting with, I would like to speak about having satisfaction in terms of your work life. There are people who have just started their career and who are put into assignments which are really tough and challenging. The initial mentality is going to be, oh, this project is unachievable, this project is difficult, I'm not sure about how I have to go ahead with. So I take something which I'm comfortable doing it and I just move forward. But in terms of let me give you an example of myself. I believed in taking up the new challenges where I had zero knowledge of things and I had to go a difficult path, and it was I had to do so much of research, and then maybe a couple of times I felt exhausted, drained, troubled, but then I overcame all that in my career. And then when I reached success in my project, that was very satisfying to me. And that was the first time and that's how I grew in my career, because not everybody, none of my colleagues were looking forward to take up this tough assignment, which was very challenging, and I stood for it, and I took it, and I grew much bigger than them and much sooner, quicker. So I would say, if you're coming up with a project which is very difficult, which has lots of risk involved and which you're not sure about, go ahead and take that, because that is going to give you more satisfaction than your routine and stable kind of a project which you're comfortable doing. So if you want to feel satisfied, guys and girls, come out of your comfort zone. From my previous videos also, if you see, I've been telling you, come out of your comfort zone. Okay, now giving you my life experience, I'm able to relate something with myself over here. It's I recently started something in a place which is a small town where I have very minimal capital, and I had to start something. I had nobody, there is nobody good enough to venture in with me, share my ideas, and wherever I would just spoke a few words about what I intend to do, people came up saying, oh, this is not the right place, there are not many people who are supportive, Even if you start something, you will not get the right kind of talent. This is a no plane zone. Like commuting is going to be difficult, like people from different places if they want to reach, and this place is not going to get you much return on your investment. Now, as I told you, like I was always a believer in taking challenges and risks, so I just followed my intuition and I said, fine, these are challenges which I think if I use my skills and expertise, I will be able to come up. Maybe I am able to see a picture which others are not able to, and that's why I am very different from others. I may be different, but I'm not a failure. And maybe because of this COVID situation, things have not been very great for me, but yes, I'm moving forward. And I see people now acknowledging the fact yeah, Nisha, whatever you did was good enough. Maybe we were not able to see. Maybe we wouldn't have taken this kind of a risk. Maybe ifs and buts, you know. And I really feel satisfied from within because I'm able to provide some kind of a service to the people of the society who are like deprived of good quality of maybe education or maybe service or maybe sharing of knowledge, whatever. Okay, so I will say everybody has their unique skills. Go by your skills, follow your skills. Okay, don't go by what the entire herd or the community says you to do and the right way to do. That's not going to get you any kind of a satisfaction. Now, they have been like people asking me, okay, so you mean to say we don't need money, we should kind of do something which is of service? And then my point of view is you definitely need to maintain a standard of living, but you should also move towards having a nice standard of life. Okay, now standard of living is purely your utility of your life. You may need a car, you may need an AC, you may need all the luxuries of life. You may want to go on a holiday every yearly once to a beautiful spot. You may like to experience romance. It's all fine, but then you should not be stuck there. These are basically your standard of living. You have to move towards maintaining a good standard of life. You need a car, not necessary you need a Benz or a Maserati or a Ferrari. You can also do with a basic car which has a proper AC in it and it's able to take you to the destination. So all that matters is what standard of life you are carrying with you and what are the values that you have in your life. Values are the ones that will get you satisfaction. Money gets you to a comfort zone, which is important, makes your life stable, which is again important, but money is not going to get you satisfaction. If not, all the rich people should be very happy, should be very satisfied. No, they feel very insecure. In fact, they feel, no, I need to make more and more money, I need to make more and more money. So my suggestion to you guys and girls would be like to feel satisfied, initially go into your career, get your expertise, get your skills, and beyond a point you can also try doing something which is of a service to people. Now let me give you an example for this. Like I'm sure most of us must have been to Coffee Day and Starbucks and all that. Okay, there are so many people, or maybe a normal tea stall for that matter. There are so many people who are living by the roadside, or who are living in a hostel, or perhaps living as a PG, and they are not able to get their morning cup of coffee. And I'm sure everybody will agree that a good cup of coffee makes a good day for all of us. So they come into Starbucks, they buy their coffee and they start the day. You know, that's also a kind of service. That's also a kind of service, because you're helping somebody towards making their day a better day. So you can think of something like that which will fetch you some sensible amount of money for maintaining your standard of living. At the same time, you would be able to provide some kind of a service. And moving to the next aspect of your life, like in terms of your romance, your family, blah blah blah, everything, how do you get satisfied? Now there I would say, be a giver than a receiver. You have always, like all throughout, even I had made this mistake maybe 10 years before in my life, like I want a car, I want to give the best to my family, I want to do this for my parents, I want to do that for my friends, I want to spend money, I want this, I want that, I. It was always about I, okay? And if you look into my previous video, I had like clearly explained that you have to move from being a melting ice cream to a melting candle. That's a beautiful journey of life. And then one point of time I decided that everybody will fetch for themselves. My children will be able to fetch for themselves. My parents have already lived their life very beautifully, and they have fetched whatever they wanted. I have done enough for myself, and still if it's like my people, my community, I'm restricting myself, and that's really not the purpose for what we are born. We are born to like be a giver. You give somebody, you see the smile on their face, you see the happiness that they get, and that gives you a most satisfaction. So you have to move from being a receiver to being a giver. Okay, so start giving, start sharing whatever you have. Now there was a beautiful man who came forward asking me this question, that he was not happy with whatever job he has been into. So he said, do you suggest I quit this job and I take up something in an NGO or start something like that? Then I said no. And he was like astonished by my answer. He said, you're saying a no, and you're saying real satisfaction comes from giving, and when I want to give, you're saying a no. I said, I explained to him, you have just stepped into your career, you will have your own desires. You should not crush your desires. You would, being a man, being a boy, you would want the best of watches, the best of ties, the best of designer clothes, the best of shoes, the best of cars, the best of houses, the best of comforts for your life. First achieve that. Reach there. Get a little lazy. Yes, you have got your basics done, you're happy with what you wanted to achieve, and from there make your move towards becoming a candle, becoming a giver. Not get more greedy, more of me and I. Understood? So you have to move towards being a giver. So I told him, make your money, enjoy your life, but just enjoying your life with your friends and your family and your luxury is not life. That is not going to get you satisfaction. Satisfaction will come when you start giving for somebody, when you see others smile innocently or happily for whatever they are receiving from you. So just try that and see, you will feel the difference. Now let me give you an example, again a small example of a master. He was conducting a workshop, and they were like, there was a fees of like $500 for the workshop, and like a normal medium class family, it becomes very difficult to like afford this kind of a money to attend the workshop. But yes, everybody kind of wanted to attend the workshop because he was a great master and he imparted really good knowledge to his followers. So there was a person who like put up all his savings which he had kind of had with him, and he attended the master session. And in the session, during the end of the session, there was a Q&A session which was going on, and this man, he posed a question to the master. He said, Master, for parting knowledge, you have been asking for a fee of $500. Now a poor person who wants to like acquire your knowledge, who has the quest to move forward in life, but he doesn't have the money, cannot get the kind of knowledge that you are giving. So do you mean to say this knowledge and self-worthiness is only for people who have the money and who are rich? The master thought for a moment, and then he came up, he gave a broad smile and he said, yeah, my workshops and my sessions are for the rich. Let me explain it to you. He told, like, when a person who's poor, who doesn't have the money to cover his basic expenses or maintain his standard of living, behind his brain he's thinking, oh, when I go home I'll have to fetch some grocery, fetch some bread for my family, buy some meat, my child's shoes were torn off, I have to buy a shoe for him, there is a birthday coming in the family, I have to buy a gift, and then I'm not sure if I'm going to have my job tomorrow, so how do I arrange for these money, and how do I pay my EMIs? And he's like literally stressed out, you know. And if a person is coming with that kind of a setup to my workshop, his mind is already filled with so many thoughts. He will not be able to accept whatever knowledge I am imparting to him. Whereas a rich man, or he's kind of secured with his lifestyle, he knows, yes, I go home, I'm like going to have a very nice day, perhaps I'll have a couple of drinks and I will be enjoying sitting and refreshing whatever I've learned today. He comes with an open mind, his mind is completely free and he's ready to acquire knowledge, he can like use it somewhere, you know. So if a person is not in a level to like reach to his basic standard of living, I would say first do that in your life, reach there, and after that become a giver. After that, put yourself to a little bit of laziness where you have nothing to do, you're stable, you're kind of getting a little bored with life, and then you see how you can be of service to others, how you can make a difference to others in the society, and what is all that you can do to make you satisfied from within. Okay, so I'm sure you all are going to rock your weekends and you're going to have a fantastic time with your family, loved ones and your friends, and see you on Monday with my next video. And guys, you have been requesting me on topics like maturity, anxiety and depression, and I'll be covering these topics for you next week. Okay, until then, have a nice weekend and bye bye.